Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. This lesson is going to be entitled, Russia Can't Rule Without an Army. Okay, the things that gives these different nations power is their army, their military might. Okay, that's why when you go to the statue in Daniel's, right, it starts off with the head of gold, and it goes down to the feet with iron mixed with clay. Okay, but before it reached there, the legs was iron, which was much stronger than gold, but less splendid, if you will, less glorious. And that's how those kingdoms were. The most glorious kingdom out of the kingdoms of those different metals on the statue was the gold. Okay, the Babylonian kingdom was a very beautiful kingdom. They were known for planting gardens, and you know, they really took care in how their kingdom looked. It was a very beautiful, beautiful place. Now, the Persians was less beautiful, but still very, very much beautiful. But they were stronger, okay, because that would be the silver. That's why they were able, to take them down. The Medo-Persians, they were able to take them down, all right, starting with the Medes and then the Persians ultimately, because they were the stronger of the two. And then it went into what? The brass, which was stronger than both gold and silver, but very much less in value. Now that goes into the Greek rulership, right? The Greeks, the Edomites. That's the beginning of the Edomite rulership, right? Things took a decline when it came to glory, but it took an exponential growth when it came to strength. And then you come to the Romans now. The Romans were just extremely powerful. Okay, that's why they're known as iron. Iron is damn near impossible to break. Okay, that's why all those different revolts and all those different tumults that happened, you know, and people trying to take down the Roman Empire, they failed because Rome was very, very strong, right? And through that might, they were able to what? To oppress the people. And I'm just saying that to show you that the military might is what forces people to listen to you, right? Like America, like Babylon the Great. That's why it's known as the hammer of the whole earth. What does that mean, the hammer of the whole earth? That's going into their weaponry. You know, Jeremiah 50. Okay, this is Jeremiah 50 in verse 23. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken, right? How is this great power based upon their army? How are they going to be broken? Which is speaking about America. How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? How has it become desolate? Okay. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware, thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh. Yahweh hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation, which are those nuclear missiles. That's what's going to completely destroy America, which is Babylon the Great. It says, for this is the work of Yahweh, power of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her from the utmost border, Open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. And this is when it goes into spoiling, right? You spoil many nations, therefore the nations shall spoil thee. It doesn't mean they're actually going to go in Babylon and steal, you know, rob the stores, rob the banks, you know, and then destroy them. No, it doesn't mean that. The spoiling is going to come with the nuclear fire. That's going to take everything away. All right. It says, slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of Yahweh, our power, the vengeance of his temple. Okay, so Babylon is going to be completely destroyed, right? Along with their army and along with the rest of the army of these other nations, which goes into it's also the teeth. It's known as the teeth. It's also known as the arm. Okay, all these things represent the strength, the power, right? A lion without teeth has no power. So who is going to respect a particular so-called rulership without an army? Let's read this. This is Isaiah 34:1. Listen, the reason why you obey the laws, and why people obey the laws, is because the police are there. Okay, which they're, first of all, they're militarized, but that's like a mini, that's like an army for the city, so to speak. Okay, that's in other words, that's the power of the city. That's the power. Okay, they have the guns. They can use the guns if they need to. They can tase you. Right? There's many of them. They're organized. Okay. You see? And guess what? And if they fail, who's going to come in? The army. The army is next. You see? If the police force fail. Right? It says, come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Right. So he's setting these people that are in the army, he's setting them up for the slaughter. That I don't care which army it is, the army in Russia, the army in Ukraine, the army in Israel, the army in Poland and Ethiopia, whoever goes to this war that's coming, eventually they're going to be destroyed. Okay? It says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as the falling fig from the fig tree. And that's going into the nuclear missiles destroying the whole land. Okay, which land is it going to destroy completely? Babylon the Great, but it's also going to destroy the land of Israel. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of destruction on the earth. Billions before when all is said and done, billions of people are going to perish from this earth. Okay, it says, for my sword is bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is another way of saying the Edomites, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Okay, and guess what? The Russians are also Edomites, right? So when Babylon the Great falls, that's the end of the Edomite rulership period. It said, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and of goats, with the kidney of rams, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Okay, so let's go to right, because he said that he's going to destroy all their armies, right? Let's go here first, and then we're going to go to the Apocrypha. This is Joel 3 and verse 1. It says, for behold, and notice the title says what? The nations will be judged. Okay, it says, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations. Okay, Russia, China, Cush, Elam, so on and so forth. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, okay, or the Heavenly Father's judgment, Yahweh's judgment. and will plead with them there for my people. And that word plead is judge. I'm going to show you. It should be shapat. Okay. Shapat, you see, which means to judge. So he said he's going to plead with them there for his people, mean judge them there for his people. See, the judgment is also going to be through the army. There are different armies. Okay. Because when your army loses, that's it for that nation, man. You know, and we'll plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Right? So that's what's going to happen. They're going to, the Lord is going to judge them there in the valley of Jehoshaphat. And the end of that, what's going to happen is they're going to go into captivity when you read down. Right? It says the children of verse 6, it says the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their borders. Behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people afar off, for Yahweh hath spoken it. Why is he going to do that? Why are we going to, when are we going to do that? After the Lord destroys all their armies. Okay? The time for war is now. The time, once we get beamed up, that's when the fun begins. Okay? We're getting into the time of war. When we get beamed up, that's when the fun begins, man. The Lord said he's going to turn us into hunters. Hunters don't go back and forth in a they're not, in other words, they're not dodging attacks from the prey usually. Usually the prey is trying to run away, right? If you got a lion trying to hunt a gazelle, usually the gazelle is running away, right? Or a leopard or whatever. You see? You know? Will it be a 1-2 people try to act stupid? Who knows? We'll see. But it's not going to be no, the nation of Gog is coming up against us. No. The earth is going to be in shambles, man. The earth is going to be in complete shambles after all is said and done, man. Let's go to 2nd Ezra. This is 2nd Ezra 16. No, not 16. What am I doing? I need to go to 2nd Ezra 13. This is 2nd Ezra 13 in verse 1. It says, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, and I beheld, and lo, the man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, right? Meaning the angels. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men, out of number, from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. These are the armies, all these different armies, Russia included, okay, Ukraine, wherever, all these different armies that are here on the earth at that time, they're going to turn from what they're doing, from fighting one another, and they're going to turn and fight against Yahweh Shai. This is what's going to happen, and this is what's going to happen to them, okay? It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it were, as it had been, a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. See, so he's going to destroy all them armies in one blast. It's going to be real quick. Okay. When I saw this, I was afraid. So he's going to destroy those armies very quickly. Okay. And that's all them armies being gathered together. Okay. Matter of fact, let's go down a bit and it's going to break it down. Right, let's go from here. This is verse 29. It says, "Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come, to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth." That dwell on the earth. Right? "And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, right? And the signs shall happen which I shewed thee before, and then shall my son be declared." That's when Yahushua is going to come back, right? See? All the prophecies come, there's nothing but chaos on the earth, World War III, so on and so forth. And that's when Yahushua is going to come back, "whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another." See, there's going to be wars and things going on because World War III is going to pop up. So there's going to be different battles in different places going on, but they're going to leave those battles. Okay? The Spirit's going to get on those armies and the generals and so on and so forth and those different presidents to tell the armies to leave those battles and to go and fight against Yahushua. It said, "And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting." See, they're going to try to fight him. "But he shall stand upon the top of the Mount Zion." And we read about what happened, how he destroyed them in one blast. Right? And they're not going to have a choice but to go up there and fight, man. And even somebody said that. I don't remember if that was Nixon. I believe it was Nixon. But he said that if there was a force, an outside force, that was coming to fight against us, wouldn't we come together and fight against that outside force? He was speaking about Yahushua. He was speaking about our Lord. See, they understand the truth of the scripture. Some of these devils that are in high positions, they know the Lord is a so-called black man. They know who we are. They know we are the Israelites, right? So they know that there's a threat, outer worldly threat that's getting ready to come. And they will turn from fighting one another to go and fight against Yahushua, and they're going to lose. And when their armies are destroyed, Hassad, how do you figure that they're going to be ruling something? Huh? That great earthquake that's going to come. Don't forget the great earthquake now. There's going to be a great earthquake that's going to kill, it says 7,000 people, which represents a great number of people. Right? Because this earthquake is not going to be a normal earthquake. This is going to leave, on top of the stuff that's going to be happening, this earthquake, is going to be leave the earth in shambles as well. It's going to add insult to injury, man. On top of everything that happened, all the armies destroyed, the lands are destroyed, and because of the war and so on and so forth. People are divided. People are fighting one against another. They're not listening to authority. All these different things, man. That's going to be going on at that time. There's going to be a lot of things going on at that time. But then there's going to be the earthquake, right? It says, this is Revelation 16 and verse 18, and it says, I'll start at verse 17. It says, and the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne saying, it is done. And there were voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth, so mighty an earthquake and so great. So this earthquake is going to be so great that it has never been on the planet Earth ever since the time of Adam, since the first batch of men were created, since the sun was here, since the earth was here and it was separated from the water. There was never an earthquake like this earthquake that you're getting ready to see. That's going to destroy a lot of, I feel like that might level all the buildings. All these tall buildings you see worldwide, that might level all of these buildings, man. But we'll see. Okay? Because we know we're not going into the kingdom with these damn buildings. We know that these things would have to come down, man, because this is against the law having these tall, ugly looking buildings, man. Okay? We're going back to the old way. All right? But, all these things are going to be happening, and all this stuff is going to happen, and then by the time we come down, Russia's going to be in some great rulership. No, absolutely not. They're not going to be in any type of rulership. All right? You need an army to rule, man. They ain't going to be ruling nothing, man. Okay? The Lord is going to break the teeth of these devils. Meaning what? The army, the teeth is the power. That's the army. This is Revelations. Let's go to 58, Salakia. Psalms 58. This is Psalms 58, verse 6. You see, but this is, you guys just want to do your own thing. Well, keep doing your own thing, man. And we just finding out, when as the light is being shined, you find out these guys are going off more and more. So you just got to keep your eyes on these guys and keep listening to them. And chances are they're going to be going off. This is Psalms 58 and 6. Break their teeth, O Most High. In their mouth, break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Yahweh. Right? So this is what the Lord is going to do. But he's going to break the teeth of all these armies. Okay? Okay. Let's go to Yeah, let's go to Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel 30, verse 21. And it reads, Son of man, I have broken the arm of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and lo, it shall not be bound up to be healed. Right? Now the arm represents his power, right? Which goes into what? The army. It says to put a roller to bind it, to make it strong, to hold the sword. Therefore, thus saith Salakia. Says, therefore, thus saith Lord Power, right? Thus saith the Lord Power, behold, I am against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and will break his arms, the strong, and that which was broken, and I will cause the sword to fall out of his hand, and I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations, and will disperse them through the countries. Why are they being dispersed? Why are they being scattered? Because they have no more army. Their army has been taken out. Once your army's been taken out, you have no more power. There's no more power. Okay? If the U.S. didn't, let's say if the U.S. army disappeared today, nobody would listen to the U.S. Russia would take over right away. Okay, no one will be listening to the U.S. U.S. don't have no power to say nothing. They sanction this. The Koreans could invade you and take you over by themselves if no one interferes. Okay, within a week. All right, because the army is what gives you the power to have a rulership. They ain't gonna have Russia ain't gonna have no power, man. Their teeth are gonna be broken, man. All right. That's why we read that again. And I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations and will disperse them through the countries. And I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon, which is arms is what representing what? His army. It's the armies that give you the rulership. When your army wins, when your army is more powerful, that's how you get the rulership. And put my sword in his hand, but I will break Pharaoh's arms, and he shall groan before him with the groanings of a deadly wounded man. Okay, like when Alexander was coming to take over the Persian Empire, that king at that time was being simple. Was it Darius? He was being simple. He didn't want to, or he just basically was being stubborn. Like, what did he say? I think he was, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was kind of being stubborn. Like the princes under him were telling him, his lords under him were telling him, just concede to just forfeit, to the Greeks or whatever he said. And he's like, nah, we're gonna make a deal. Tell him to make a deal. They're like, nah, just forfeit. And then he wouldn't listen, so they just killed him because they feared that army of the Greeks. They didn't fear him no more because the big bad bully was in town, man. You see, which were the Greeks at that time. And then after that, the new big bad bullies were the Romans, which were also Edomites. Okay? So it's all about the power of the army. If you don't have the power of the army, you're not ruling nothing. Okay? Even with these gangs, you gotta show muscle. That's why they call it muscle. You got to show muscle. If you show, this gang, these people disobeyed this gang. They shot up, they shot up about 10 of them. That's gonna put, 3 of them are dead, 4 of them are hospitalized because they didn't want to. They wanted to sell, drugs on this particular block. Well, that's gonna put fear of that particular group in these people. Right, but if you hear that this group is getting slapped around by a bunch of people because they're weak, and they're pussies and whatever, nobody's gonna fear that group. That group is gonna be a laughing stock. You see? It says, yeah. So that was the point on that. All right, and another point to make is that we're coming to hunt. When you hunt, the prey is not, really trying to do much. The prey is trying to get away from you, man. They're going to be trying to get away. Okay, because the elect is going to have that spiritual power. It says, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. You see that? See? So he's going to hunt them from the holes of the rocks. He's going to hunt them from those different bunkers, from every hill, the mountain retreats, mountain bunkers they have, underground cities. The elect is going to hunt them from those places. Okay? You see? And they're going to be hiding. They're going to be hiding. And if they're hiding, you think they could be commanding, you guys go out there and fight. We'll be hiding in the bunkers. Nah, them people are going to be scared too. Let me say, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Them people are going to be scared too. Salakia for my language, if people are soft or whatever, man. That's not a sin according to the Bible. Okay? So yeah. There's that, right? They shall hunt them. Okay? And if you're a prey is someone that's vulnerable and docile, man. That would make them prey. If they're prey, they're not doing much. Let me look up this word prey. Let me look up the word prey. Prey is not trying to buck up. A prey is trying to get away from you, man. Prey, an animal that is caught and killed by another for food. Yeah, right? And they would be that animal that's being caught, right? Which means they're going to be trying to get away for the most part. It says catch and kill for food. Okay? So, hey, that's what it's going to be. But we're not going to eat them, but you know what I mean. Basically, we're going to be looking for them, man, and they're going to be hiding in their bunkers in different places, man. And it even mentions how even regular people are going to try to hide. So it's not going to be much, not going to be all that much resistance, man. Let's get Revelation 6. This is Revelation 6 and verse 16, and it reads, I'll start at verse 15. It says, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves. So this is all regular people. Everybody's going to hide themselves. Okay? Everyone's going to be trying to hide because they're prey. Once we come back from them chariots, Lord willing, I be of that number, they're going to be prey. Okay? Hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Right? So, hey, when Yahushua comes back, they're going to be scared and hiding. And guess what? When the elect comes back down from those chariots, they're going to be scared and hiding. Okay? Rulership, man. Okay? And, you can even, Psalms 149, you know what that says? Psalm 149, it tells you that we're going to bind their kings with chains. So we're going to have to go find them. We'll have to go find these devils. But it's going to be easy and it's going to be fun. This is this is Isaiah 24 and verse 1. And it reads, behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty. All right? Shalom Aki Yalbashim Yalshai Bashim Kakadash Brakata. All right? That's the brother Machaza out there in the Yukon. It says, behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. Okay? That's what's going to happen. The Lord is going to turn this world upside down and scatter abroad these people on the earth. They're going to be everything is going to be in shambles. Okay? And it shall be as with the yeah, you guys acting like people is going to be in the marketplace and they'll be at their job in the call center that they always worked at. Oh, did you heard America got destroyed? You heard those nuclear, you felt the earthquake yesterday? Whoa, man. America's no more. If you had family members there, they're dead. Oh, I know, man. It's crazy. No, man. These people, everything is going to be blown into the Stone Age pretty much, man. It says, and it shall be as with the people, so with the priest. As with the servant, so with with his master. As with the maid, so with her mistress. As with the buyer, so with the seller. As with the lender, so with the borrower. As with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for Yahweh has spoken this word. So all these people are going to be in the same position, including the Rothschilds and the DuPonts and all these different banking families that's here. They're going to be through. Okay? And they're going to be scared. They're going to be shaking in their boots. Okay? And so will the rest of the people of the earth. Okay? So, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. And I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Chakodash. Double honors to the apostle and others of great millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Oh, Salaki, I didn't even see you other brothers. Other brothers Zakar was putting some precepts there. Anyway, Shalom, Akim. Salaki, I didn't even see that. Shalom, Yahbashim, Yahshai, Bashim, Kakadash, Brakathum. And Brakathum to you, sincere sisters as well. Shalom.